Be wary, traveler. Pilgrims have been attacked on these roads. Should you encounter violence, don't hesitate to call on us. We're here to protect you. I hope your confidence is merited. We have our hands full with the Dreg and the Ashlanders, so rescues are in short supply. Captain Artesia Naros is at the canton of Mola Gmar. She can tell you more than I. Safe travels.
For this.
Can Dark Elves, Nords, and Argonians actually work together? If not, this alliance is doomed.
Good Noirs sit down, shut their mouth, and listen properly to instructions. Bad Noirs end up dead before they reach their destination. Now, where can I take you? We make regular runs to Suran and Telmora. If that's where you want to go, climb aboard and we'll get you there in 2 shakes of a Quama's antenna.
Yes?
Hello there.
Oh, here's one. Mortal, do you have a moment? Let's see. Limbs, mouth closed. Yes, you're immortal. One moment. He had me remember something. Brave adventurer, the Infinite Archive requires your aid. Reality warps in its halls, and I Master Malkest cannot defend them alone. Master Malkest thought you'd ask that. He said, it is a near infinite vault of books, letters, and records. It holds accounts of what has passed and what may never come to be. Currently, it is besieged by an enemy with unknown motives. Master Malkest didn't anticipate that question. Look, monsters of ink are jumping out of books and attacking us. A Filer Mix is waiting in the Infinite Archive. Master Malkest gave him something for the mortal. Reward of some sort? I don't know what your plan is, but you may not want to be alone when you go in there. The archive isn't as friendly as it used to be. Oh, you'll have to take a portal too. This space right here isn't big enough to hold the Infinite. Mortals have libraries, right? Master Malkest mentioned that yours pale in comparison, which isn't surprising since ours are quite dark. The Infinite Archive is large, though. There's a lot for us filers to do. We file. Maybe you don't know what filing is. That's when we find an object and put it in a place where it stays. Sometimes, if I'm lucky, I get to decide where things get filed instead of following a system. A mortal, like you. He doesn't file, which made having him around difficult at first, but we came to an understanding. I'll warn you, he's a bit intense, especially since our enemies started attacking us. He even yelled at me. I don't really remember, but it was rude of him. Oh well, I did what he asked. Now I don't have to worry about it anymore, and I can wait out here until the violence settles down.
Something bugging you?
Master Malkest may be an excellent researcher, but he is ill-equipped for the perils of battle. You know what I'm referring to.
Wait, you're not made of ink. You're immortal. Master Malkest sent Filer Pix to find one. Is that you? Did I get it right? Are you immortal who's here to help? The archive is in some danger right now, but you don't seem like a weakling. I mean, mortals are strong. You're capable and bright. Can I give you a reward for coming all this way and we forget about my calling you a weakling? Right? Good, good. Then maybe you'll still help, and I won't have insulted our last hope. It's fine. Here, I'm told you mortals find this valuable. If you still need help finding Master Malkest, I can give you a fun hint. He's right behind me up those stairs. Well, I suppose that's not a hint. Can't take it back now. Dangerous. Oh, you mean deadly. Right. You mortals have to worry about dying. Usually it's not dangerous at all if you can fly, but these aren't usual times. If you have an ally, a sword, or even a good stick, I'd recommend bringing it. Me specifically? Books? Collections of pages, I'm just describing books. I file books. Basically everything in the archive needs to be stored in a place that makes sense. I help keep it organized. Here, or in Apocrypha? How many mortal adventures are there where you're from? I know of 8 other filers, as well as one pesky mortal who has her own arrangement systems and can't help but destroy our order, but there are others. Mostly, though Filer Tezzers over there claims that she files valuables. She wants to be like your mortal merchants. It's useful, I suppose, but she refuses to let the rest of us organize any of the objects she claims.
can't believe I'm dealing with this problem. Your fate walks these halls. Come here. There's no time for pleasantries or interrogations. Thoat Replicanum is summoning maligraphies, creatures of ink. The Infinite Archive is filled with books, and therefore, ink. You can see Daedra. I saw her name scrawled in many margins, but it took the ink attacking for me to put the pieces together. Research can be uncomfortable, even painful. This is unprecedented. I have a plan to combat her, though I lack the skills to enact it. Mimics are the true names of Daedra. If we collect the pieces of Thoat Replicanum's Mimic, we can use it to summon her and rid the Infinite Archive of her malaise. At least that's what I hope happens. I'm not destitute, if that sways you. That door will take you into the archive. The maligraphies are the best lead we have, so head toward orbs of unstable ink, and you'll find them. I'll watch and offer advice when I can, but I'll leave the fighting to you. It's not my forte. They resemble the contents of the text itself. Most of the books here in the archive are historical accounts. They seem differently tempered as well. Some are peaceful, many hostile, and almost all have different skills and strengths. Think about it this way. A book can discuss a king as a vicious conqueror or a benevolent philanthropist. Both of these descriptions could be true, but a text must choose one. As for the differences in strengths, not all authors are equally skilled. I can usually tell after they attack. Most of the maligraphies will fight you, but that doesn't mean that all of them will. Just keep an eye out for any that behave violently. Then you underestimate the power of the written word. Remember that these characters, as you called them, aren't in their books anymore. A sword made out of ink is still a sword. I have the scars to prove it. It all comes back to ink. The maligraphies are made out of the book, and I've seen Thoat Replicanum scribbled across the margins of many pages here. I'm practiced enough at research to know when I'm on the cusp of discovery. The Mimic is Daedra's true name. If we hold the Mimic, we'll be able to control her to some capacity. I'm not powerful enough to banish her from the archive outright, but I think I have enough magic to summon her. The Infinite Archive holds written records of events that were, or that could be. There were others who called this place home, but they're dead to the archive. I didn't think that was possible. The Infinite challenges many of my assumptions. Threads of fate bind everything in the archive to the index. If the threads break, the item is returned to safety. This protects the tomes, but it is helpful should an accident-prone researcher bury his nose in a book and walk off a cliff. And now it appears some of the inhabitants of the archive no longer have the protection of the threads. I have no idea why that is so, and it disconcerts me. I would be lost if I was no longer bound to the index. That giant orb. Since it's tied to everything in the archive, we use it to locate books throughout the infinite expanses. This place would be a headache to navigate without it. You'll see evidence of them as you travel. I know of a few who aren't dead to the archive, but I'm not sure if they encountered the maligraphies yet. I'll do my best to steer you toward them when I can. They could help you. That door will take you into the archive. The Maligraphies are the best lead we have, so head toward orbs of unstable ink, and you'll find them. I'll watch and offer advice when I can, but I'll leave the fighting to you. It's not my forte.
I hope you're not expecting me to volunteer to go in there with you. That's not my purpose here, and frankly, I can't fight.
unfinished business is so frustrating when you can't do anything about it. You're a warrior like me. I assume you know something about how annoying it is to lose. I didn't even make a mistake. Those monsters just killed me. Well, I'm not going to lie in my proverbial grave and let them get away with it. Kill a marauder. I'd do it myself, but the Index won't let specters enter the archival wings. You're alive. You can enter the archive and exact my revenge. Kill me. One of those rotten ink bags slammed me into the dirt so hard, it severed my tie to existence. I want to return the favor. Help me. You'll get a reward for killing a monster you were probably going to fight anyway. You have nothing to lose.
Don't ask about what's in those jars. Filer Eru is in charge of this section, and he thought they looked jolly content here. You can ask about my wares. I file those so I know where they should go.
I hope you're exploring the Index Chamber on your own. I don't want to have to point out everything of note.
I find ordering and cataloging the volumes favorable to being assailed by them.
Keep your teeth and appendages to yourself, and I'll let you look at my inventory. Want to buy something from the archive? Need to buy with something from the archive. Only way. Infinite Archive has knowledge, value. Nothing else suits. You have what I need for a sale. Yes?
Those creatures may have superior forces, but we have what they lack. Fleshy limbs and a good, violent disposition.
Great Eye offers you verses. They're advantages that will last as long as your next fight. Verses will make a huge difference as you fight waves of maligraphies. Select a verse while I create a portal. So, now you've encountered the maligraphies. You handled them better than I did. I can see why you were rewarded with a verse for your efforts. The Filers helped me locate another orb of maligraphies. You need to take this portal to get there. Verses are augments, advantages, gifts from Hermaeus Mora himself to aid and alter your trip in the Infinite Archive. Well, that depends on the one you select. They could strengthen an area in which you feel lacking, add a new ability to your formidable repertoire, or simply keep you in good health in this dangerous place. The choice is yours. No pressure. The Archive is unique in that the locations which form the sprawling archival wings are not actually connected. Portals are the only way to travel. Don't worry about getting lost. I'll make sure to create a portal to where we first met in each wing. I remember when the concept felt foreign to me as well. There might have been land at one point, but it's gone, and left very disparate locations a great distance from one another. The books we must have lost when that occurred. Oh, that's simple. We use the index. The giant orb in the room where we met. It's connected to everything in the archive. You, the filers, the books, the maligraphies, everything. It's a safeguard against all manner of danger, too. Get hurt enough times and you will appreciate the index.
Take all the advantages you can get. I think Thoat Replicanum is noticing your abilities and creating stronger maligraphies.
Let's make good use of it.
there's always the next one. Some verses allow you to transform your mortal visage into terrifying creatures. I always hope those are offered to you. They look like a smashing good time.
Calligraphy. I recognize it. In this case, that may not be a good thing. Be careful. He's offering you visions. Those last longer than verses. Hang on, what's this? A fragment of a mimic. It couldn't drop the whole thing? Well, if this malligraphy had a piece, the others might too. Keep going.
Do people still bury treasure, or no?
I've never seen a malligraphy leave anything behind when they die. But then I also never recognized a malligraphy before. Today holds many revelations. This course of action is working. Keep it up. Since Thoat summons the malligraphies, perhaps they retain a piece of her. Her magic could require a portion of her mimic. There's also a possibility that Thoat is less in control of the malligraphies than we think. Oh, bother, I'm hypothesizing. There's still so much we don't know. But I doubt any Daedra would willingly divulge a piece of their mimic. I can only conclude that this fragment wasn't freely given, which means the mimics are an inherent part of these malligraphies. This malligraphy seemed more powerful. However Thoat creates malligraphies, this one probably took more energy to manifest. That sort of magical effort takes its toll. Knowing what army a soldier belongs to is not the same as knowing their name. To continue the military metaphor, you just fought a general. As the foremost expert on malligraphies, I know next to nothing. One thing I can guarantee you about this place, anything is possible. I read about incredible figures such as the Imperfect, Prior Theric, and Cinemoth. Any number of deadly enemies are contained within the Archive's tomes. While verses are more powerful, they don't last very long. Conversely, the same is true about visions. Their augments are less impactful, but they'll last for as long as you're in the Archive. Receiving an offering of visions is impressive.
pretty useful. Don't let your guard down.
Verses and visions aren't just gifts. They make your fights more interesting. Don't waste them. Have you noticed that some wings of the Archive look similar? The Infinite Archive used to be one continuous landmass, but that's obviously not the case anymore. This doesn't matter to me, as I can fly. You, on the other hand, must rely on portals.
How it's done.
To join in, but I see my services are unneeded.
When you choose the verse, do you think the tentacle will disappear? I don't mean to offend Hermaeus Mora, but it is throwing off the balance of this wing.
Lead forward. Which will you choose? Calligraphies? Or a chance at another verse?
Let's give it all we've got.
Anonymic fragment. This two-pronged approach is working. You're collecting the fragments, and I'm learning more about Thoat. One of the books called Thoat, She Who Became Vivified Ink. As you continue to fight, I'll try to figure out what that means. More questions and fewer answers. I feel like I'm back in school. Thoat somehow became living ink, but how? And why? What a delightful mystery. Well, back to the books. Maybe they hold the answers. We knew that Thoat could manifest creatures of ink. That's what the Maligraphies are. To think that Thoat became vivified ink herself. Animated ink. It's a leap. Unless I misconjugated. No, she became living ink. She wasn't always like this. Whatever happened, I doubt this is what Thoat intended. Who would want to become ink? It's more likely that some powerful esoteric spell went awry. Still, it doesn't seem like she's letting this altered state stop her. Knowledge, power, to cause mayhem, who knows? Why would anyone want to destroy a well-organized archive? This runs counter to all of my instincts, but let's focus on getting rid of Thoat Replicanum before we delve into her motives.
Something on your mind, friend? Have some fun with that.
while Master Malchus repairs the portal for you. Don't underestimate anything in the Archive. Just because you defeated an enemy before doesn't mean you will again. I read somewhere that overconfidence has killed more mortals than Daedraths. Truly!
I guess reading can come in handy.
Mortal, to me and your well-deserved rewards. What an exciting time to be in the Archive. The Maligraphies can pop out at any moment. Be on your guard, mortal. We must not let the enemy catch us unaware.
Are you gonna make me one? Ooh!
This should be refreshing!
Suffer too long. I don't die that easy. Who will be the one? Don't keep Our Lady waiting.
More questions and fewer answers. I feel like I'm back in school.
Goodbye now.
You won't suffer too long. Keep Our Lady waiting.
Who will die next? Goodbye now.
Too slow.
Who will be the one? Don't keep Our Lady waiting.
Oh, here's one. Mortal, do you have a moment? You made it to the Infinite Archive safely, right? I hope Filer Mix pointed you to Master Malkest. Mix is a good filer, but is a bit forgetful sometimes.
Hail.